For the past 1000 days, my team and I have been recreating New York City into Minecraft at a 1-to-1 scale. Now, after 5 years, we built more than 50,000 buildings and already fully finished a huge amount of districts in Manhattan. Every single building is being recreated from real life with insane amount of precision, details and secrets for you to explore with your friends, all in a massive world spanning across 700 square kilometers. Today, we are exploring what's been built by the team over the past 5 years. Many sleepless nights and hundreds of hours went into this video alone. Get ready for the most extreme progress update on this channel so far. So, lean back, take a coffee and enjoy a tour through the history of building New York City in Minecraft. Okay, so how do you get started? 5 years, that's quite a lot of time. Basically, it all started in 2020 when the entire world shut down. Do you still remember when suddenly from one day to another, all of us were stuck at home with nothing to do? As bad as this pandemic was, Build the Earth probably wouldn't exist without it. That's when a YouTuber named 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗪𝗡𝗧𝗔 dropped a video that changed everything.
One day, a 1-to-1 scale model of the Earth with all our human-made structures will be completed. But I don't want to stand alone in this project. That's why I'm calling for all Minecrafters around the world, skilled builders and organizations to join in on this effort, start their own planet Earth map, pick a large city or territory of their own, and work on creating it 1-to-1 scale, just as it stands today.
And yeah, so we did. Our team chose New York City. Afterwards, we prepared everything needed to start something as insane as this. How we pulled it off and all the technical challenges along the way would take a full video on its own. For now, let's just say somehow we managed to get started. The first area that everyone wanted to work on was the World Trade Center district, for obvious reasons. We all were hyped, but there was one issue. None of us had much building experience, especially not for this kind of building. Recreating an entire city at a 1-to-1 scale was never really attempted before, and there were no tutorials or guidelines online that you could just watch and learn from. So we just started and had huge building sessions every day with 50 to 80 builders working on one area at the same time. It was complete chaos, but also super fun to make that much progress in just a few hours. The learning curve was brutal and we made so many mistakes. Honestly, most of that early work doesn't even exist anymore. We've already rebuilt most of it multiple times. For example, here's what it looks like in 2020 and here's the version from 2024. See the difference? Over the years we realized how much details matter. Like when a random guy from New York City logs in and finds his flower pot on his balcony exactly where it is in real life, that's when you know it's worth it. Their reactions are always priceless. Okay, so here's an overview of Manhattan Island with all of its districts. Each one of them has its own story, and in this video I want to show you how all these districts came together over the years. As mentioned before, we started with the World Trade Center district, but it's tiny compared to Tribeca, which is right next to it. It literally took years to finish Tribeca completely, so let me show you a time-lapse of its creation process to give you an idea of how much work went into this one district. Same as the Memorials area, this wasn't built in one go. For nearly 2 years it was 99% complete, simply because we kept finding new things to improve and more details to fix. Many parts of the district were rebuilt over and over again, just because they became outdated over time and didn't meet our quality standards anymore. Another huge challenge we faced, especially during the creation of Tribeca, was our ongoing elevation problem. See, after 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗡𝗪𝗔 first Build the Earth video went viral with over 60 million views, our Discord was just flooded with thousands of people who all wanted to help build New York City. This meant we had to start fast, and once we had to solve the projection problem, we began building within a week. But since we had to set up everything so fast, our first version of the New York City map didn't include any elevation data at all. Everything was just flat. In my first video from 2020, you can see that the satellite image was just printed in a flat world with stacked building shells on top. At first, this wasn't a huge problem at all, since Manhattan is mostly flat anyway. But we knew that eventually we'd need to migrate all our buildings to a new map, and the more we built, the harder this task would obviously become. And getting high quality elevation data was another headache. Because Manhattan is so densely packed with buildings, it's nearly impossible to capture accurate ground elevation data for the entire island. In the end, the best approach was to manually apply elevation in Lower Manhattan using WorldEdit, while using high precision LiDAR data for the rest. Special thanks to 𝗲𝗂𝗪𝗔𝗓 for spending hundreds of hours to manually adjust the elevation on Manhattan Island. This was a crazy task, and in my eyes he did a perfect job. Finally, in June 2022 we released version 2 of New York City, now featuring proper elevation across the entire map. But enough about elevation, let's get back to Tribeca. As you can see in the time-lapse, this district is massive. It spans 81 city blocks and contains over 850 buildings. We tried to build all of them as detailed as possible, and eventually, after countless revisions, Tribeca came together beautifully. It's now one of the most complex and detailed zones in the entire map, and one we're incredibly proud of. But Tribeca isn't the only district, of course. Just in Lower Manhattan, we already fully completed 14 more districts. Unfortunately, I can't show you every district today in that much detail, otherwise this video would probably be hours long. Maybe in future videos we'll take a deeper dive into the history behind some of them. For now, let's just take a quick look at each district one by one, so you can see how the city evolved over the years. After finishing Tribeca, we moved on to the Two Bridges district, home to the Manhattan and Brooklyn Bridge. We put so much effort into the bridges because they are so famous and iconic. First, we studied its architectural drawings to get everything right, obsessing over every detail. From textures to the angle of every single beam, we just wanted to make it perfect. If you ever spot a mistake, please don't tell the builders, otherwise they'll instantly want to rebuild the whole thing. The rest of the district was finished in 2021, and it's been evolving ever since. A year into the project, we are making tons of progress all over the city, but the grind never stopped. For months we made one big session after another, building landmarks all over the city like Times Square with its massive amount of billboards, or the Flatiron district in Midtown Manhattan with its beautiful Madison Square Park. At the same time, we also continued to build in Lower Manhattan. The first area we concentrated on was Little Italy, a compact neighborhood defined by narrow streets, cozy restaurants, and a character that immediately stood out to me. It's a small district, but it feels completely different from the rest of Lower Manhattan, almost like stepping to another city within the city. Right next door is Chinatown, over 3 times the size but completed in the same amount of time thanks to more routine and efficient teamwork. These early districts still hold some personal touches from the builders, like a Chinese New Year parade that was placed right in the middle of Chinatown. To bring all the areas together, we hosted a 48-hour build event to complete the Civic Center district in the middle and combine all districts into one massive completed area. It was a huge success, and I still remember I was quite exhausted after this because I live streamed a big portion of it, but we made so much progress in this event alone, it was crazy. After grinding through Manhattan skyscrapers for months, we needed a break and we wanted to try out something different, because actually most of New York City isn't just skyscrapers, it's neighborhoods, and a huge part of the city's soul lives in Brooklyn and Queens. While we were busy polishing Lower Manhattan, tens of thousands of buildings were popping up in the outer boroughs, made possible by our building system that lets the entire community work on the city in parallel. The core idea has always been that anyone can join a project and start building immediately without much prior knowledge. Just launch Minecraft, go to nyc.buildtheearth.net, join the building server, and boom, you're put in front of a real New York building that you can now work on. New players usually start with residential homes in Brooklyn or Queens. Simple, iconic, and great for learning, especially if you don't have much building experience or never recreated a structure at a 1-to-1 scale in Minecraft before. As you level up, you unlock more complex structures like multi-story apartments, townhouses, and eventually even skyscrapers. Once all buildings in the neighborhood are done, our advanced team steps in to finish the area, adding roads, trees, sidewalks, lights, and more. Only when everything is fully completed and perfectly detailed, the district is marked complete on our progress website. On Manhattan's west side is Bowery Park City, a modern mix of luxury towers and peaceful green spaces. Our builders took their time capturing its clean, modern vibe. We hosted another 48-hour build event to complete Bowery Park, the one at the south of Manhattan Island. From there you can see the Statue of Liberty, which we built doing a MrBeast challenge, competing for an $8,000 trip to New York City. By the way, congrats to John Andre for winning the trip, you really deserved it, man. Bowery Park is the largest park we finished so far, soon to be dominated by Central Park, which we haven't started yet. The financial district is the last one in this area that is still under construction. Most skyscrapers of Lower Manhattan are located here, so we are taking extra care to get every one of them just right. But nearby, the tiny Seaport district was finished back in 2022. With that, we've now completed almost all of South Manhattan. Just north is the SoHo district, finished in 2021. Known for its artistic vibe and cast iron buildings, SoHo really changed how we worked. Instead of group builds, each builder now took full responsibility for an entire block, which somehow brought some sort of consistency and style across the entire district. The result is a detailed, stylish district, and it's just cool to rock through it and do some exploration. With SoHo done, we moved on to its neighbors, Bowery, Nolita and NoHo. These areas might not have skyscrapers, but they are full of personality. Old tenements, boutique shops, narrow streets, and yeah, we recreated each district carefully to preserve its unique blend of history and culture. Together, they stitched the final pieces of Lower Manhattan into one seamless, fully connected finished world. After all these years, this world has turned into one of the largest one-to-one recreations ever created in Minecraft, and you can literally explore it for hours and hours. We also wanted to make this world available to you guys, so you can download and explore it together with your friends, or do other creative stuff with it. That's why we just released a new map on our 𝗕𝗘𝗗𝗏 Patreon called BTE New York City version 3, which is available both for Java and Bedrock Edition on the latest Minecraft version for you to download. The map lets you teleport to all the Lower Manhattan districts that were covered in this video and contains many Easter eggs which are waiting for you to find. We tried our best to optimize the world to perform as smooth as possible, even on low-end PCs and other devices like smartphones or consoles. If you are impressed by all the work we've put into the map for the past 5 years and want to support the project moving forward, make sure to check out the download link in the description and visit our Patreon. Of course, there's so much more ongoing progress across the city, but that's a story for another video. Hopefully, this gave you a solid look at how Lower Manhattan came together over the years and just how much effort it's taken to get this far. In future videos, we'll dive into other parts of the city and show you what the builders are working on right now. We've already spent so much time on this project and I'm definitely not stopping now, so we'll have to continue for a few more years until one day it's all finished. But we need your help. If you want to be part of it, jump on the server or support our work on the Patreon at patreon.com/buildtheearth. This is just one city, but in Build the Earth we are not just building New York City, we are building the entire world, and there's over 40 other teams out there helping to build every single country on Earth. And the Build the Earth Patreon also does not only include this map, of course. It also contains hundreds of other buildings and maps from across the globe as well, so if you're curious, go check it out. But that's it for now. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a like and let me know which other parts of the city you want to see next. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!